Cool. So my name's Nick Henderson. So I work as an economic regeneration officer at Cumberland Council. So I've nominated Anna Giecco. Nominated her because of the contributions that she's made towards this project and the manner in which that she's contributed to archaeological knowledge more broadly, and the fact that she's always gone essentially over and above every opportunity that she possibly has done, and the amount that I've seen her learn, develop, grow, and that's the really big thing. Anna's work on the intaglios have been absolutely astounding. She's been running a trench, so Anna's been developing skills in terms of volunteer and man management, and how she's been managing and running volunteers, running a trench to this year. She's created our brand guidelines, the merchandise. She's been involved in developing of the website. One of the sections, for example, she was involved in doing there's a cremation urn that she discovered at the end of last season. The amount of things she's discovered is just astounding. For example, brooches, Millefiori brooches, coins. There is every role on site Anna has done and is proficient in. The manner in which that she's been an ever curious archaeologist, and the fact that she's done a lot of this without necessarily formal training, which is all the volunteers love to see her on site. It's contributed a lot to the kind of the character and the nature of the dig, and also the amount that she does not only at the end of a long day, but also in the intervening periods to do with the development of it. It's just a lot. It's a lot for somebody to be doing at any point, but it's a lot for Anna to have been doing.
Yeah, my name is Stuart Milby, and I am a project manager with Headland Archaeology. Laurie is an archaeologist with Headland Archaeology. She's currently working as a supervisor. She's been with Headland for a couple of years now, and she's worked on several of my projects, mostly urban sites, some rural ones as well, but fairly complex, deep urban stratigraphy and bits and pieces like that. Laurie I find quite inspirational. She is the kind of person who you can send to a site and will really just uplift the whole team. She is exceptionally good at collating the archaeology and drawing a site together, drawing the archive together. She's currently working on a 6-part mini-series for them about Black archaeology and how that has developed over time. She's very much involved in trying to bring archaeology to people who may not have access to it. She grew up in Wolverhampton and didn't have access really to archaeology herself, and I think she wants to make sure that doesn't happen to anybody else. So like I say, she's working on various outreach projects to make sure that everyone has the same opportunity when it comes to archaeology, and she's really pushing forward with that in a great way. She's got such a deep passion for the subject that she's able to deliver it to people and inspire them to kind of go and find out more for themselves, and it is quite inspirational to watch.
My name's Stephanie Black, and I'm a current third-year PhD student at Durham University. I'm nominating Rosie, often known online by her name, just Little Roo. I nominate Rosie because I really enjoy her content. I'm not really so much in the sciencey side of archaeology, so I personally found it really interesting that she was sort of sharing the lab work of archaeology, a world I'm not familiar with, and it's just so engaging and interesting, and like the vlog she does, and I love seeing like her stories, what she's doing in a day. And yeah, I've really enjoyed her content basically. I think it's been really amazing because she not only does content in English, but she's also been learning Spanish sort of for her work, but then has spoken about how she wants to start incorporating into her social media presence. And I think that's so important as someone that only speaks one language, but to help make archaeology more accessible to people who don't speak English. I think that's so important. And also a lot of the stuff she's done to sort of encourage people from lower socioeconomic backgrounds to sort of enter these quite prestigious universities, where she now works at Cambridge. She studied at Oxford. These are quite intimidating places, and I think she has so many resources, and even just posting about her being there, I think has such benefit to show people, hey, just because maybe you're not from a certain background doesn't mean these places can't be accessible to you.
I'm Jane Miller. I'm Learning Officer at Archaeology Scotland. I've nominated Kieran Manchip, who is a Project Officer at Archaeology Scotland. I nominated Kieran because he's such an inspiring colleague. The work that he does with a wide range of people, introducing them to archaeology, helping them develop their own skills and really bring out the best in themselves it's just so inspiring. And I think all of us in the team at Archaeology Scotland are always blown away by the work that he does, even though he's quite a quiet, humble kind of guy. You know, he's doing such amazing work, which we think should be celebrated. I think his work is really important because he is, as I say, he's getting people involved in archaeology who wouldn't normally have that opportunity. He's working with new Scots who might be refugees, asylum seekers, and other individuals who would not normally get these opportunities. And he's helping them to get to know the heritage and the archaeology of the place they're living in now, getting to know other members of their local communities. And as I say, helping them to develop skills so they can then move on with their lives and maybe sort of do something new with those skills as well.
I'm Rosie, and I'm a research assistant working on the Reverse Action Archaeological Science project at the University of Cambridge. The person I nominated for the Early Career Archaeologist Award is Stephanie Black, and she's a PhD candidate at Durham University, specialising in the archaeology of Southeast Arabia and in particular the Iron Age. And we both are on social media doing things about archaeology, and I just thought she was an absolutely fantastic candidate for this award. I wanted to nominate her because I think she's made an exceptional contribution to almost changing the narrative of archaeology online, adding a whole new avenue to how people see archaeologists themselves, but also how we think about evidence and interpreting the past. And she's done this by focusing on the humanization of the past and of the people in the past. And by starting the Sad Girl archaeology niche, which again is just reasserting emotion into how we interpret evidence as archaeologists. And this really resonates with the public, I think, because sometimes in archaeology there's a disconnect between interpreting the evidence in like a scientific way and how often the public see more emotion in it. And she's just really tying the two together and showing that this is how we can interpret evidence, and that's okay.